अतः कदाचित् सविमुक्त आपदः पुनश्च सार्थं प्रविश्यति अरिन्दमा अध्वान्यामुष्णजाय निवेशेतितो ब्रह्मञ्जनोऽद्यापि न वेद कश्चन. Ataha, from this, katachit, somehow, saha, he, vimuktaha, liberated, apadaha, from the danger, punaha, cha, again, sa artam, taking interest in that life, pravishyati, begin, arindama, O king, killer of the enemies, Atvani, in the path of enjoyment, as Amusnim, that Ajaya, by the influence of the illusory energy, Niveshitaha, been absorbed, Brahman, traveling, Janaha, the conditioned soul, Adyapi, even up to death. Na Veda does not understand Ashana, anything. Translation, O killer of the enemies, Maharaj Rahugana, if the conditioned soul somehow or other gets out of his dangerous position, he again returns to his home to enjoy sex life. But that is the way of attachment. Thus, under the spell of the Lord's material energy, he continues to loiter in the forest of material existence. He does not discover his real interest even at the point of death. Please respond. O killer of enemies, Maharaj Rahugana, the conditioned soul somehow or other gets out of his dangerous position, he again returns to his home to enjoy sex life. For that is the way of attachment. Thus, under the spell of the Lord's material energy, he continues to loiter in the forest of material existence. He does not discover his real interest even at the point of death. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This is the way of material life. When one is captured by sexual attraction, it becomes implicated in so many ways and cannot understand the real aim of life. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.31 says, Nate viduhu swartha gatim he Vishnu. Generally, people do not understand the ultimate goal of life, as stated in the Vedas. Om Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pachyanti Suryaha. Those who are spiritually advanced simply look at the lotus feet of Vishnu. The conditioned soul, however, not been interested in reviving his relationship with Vishnu, becomes captivated by material activities and remains in everlasting bondage when misled by so-called leaders. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanajnanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Pitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadaman Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Sari Shadvitam Shavadutam Parajanam Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagat Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hare Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Patitana Pavane Namarom Vishnu Badaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Pinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharinen Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desadharini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you very much for inviting us to this class on Srimad Bhagavatam. Saturday here in Singapore again, back. Nice to be with all of you again. So we are reading this chapter about how Raghugana is been preached to by Maharaj, Jada. So Jada Bharat, you know, previous life he was Bharat Maharaj, fell down as a deer, then he became Maharaj, became Jada Bharat. And so this Raghugana was engaging him in carrying his palanquin, and he was carrying the palanquin in a very awkward manner, and it disturbed the mind of King Raghugana. So he got very upset. The king started chastising the palanquin carriers, particularly at Jadabharat. So then Jadabharat started preaching to him, and here he's explaining about the position of as a king means he's engaged in sense gratification. Otherwise, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to meet King Pratap for the very fact that he was a king. And king means they are enjoyers of sense gratification. So Jada Bharat is trying to enlighten him with his knowledge, transcendental knowledge. So in order to tell something right, you have to also say the wrong. And to enlighten someone, we have to speak about the consequences of material life. Material life is the sum and substance of this living entity who are basically taught how to enjoy the senses. From the beginning of life, one is accustomed to getting this sense gratification. What happened? Not going, eh? So this is how we have been taught from birth. Simply by material birth, human beings become attached within their mind to personal sense gratification, long duration of life, sense gratification, bodily strength, sexual potency, and friends and family. The minds are thus absorbed in that which defeats their actual self-interest. So this is the human life. Everyone is caught in this from birth. Yes? Is it not? Huh? From the time you're taking birth, you're taught, no, you have to ask for sense gratification. Yes? Parents bring the child in front of the Lord, what they ask? Oh, ask for good education. What they teach you? Same thing here, right? Is it not? Pray for being successful, long duration of life. Ayushman Baba. Yes? Yeah? Correct? Bodily strength. See how smells better. Hello. So you see how the whole program is designed for the how to become a sense gratifier. But what is the consequence of this? And that's what we are. What happens if you try to get in this kind of a setup? What happens? What happens if you get into sense gratification? Hmm? Nothing happens. Hare Krishna. Smell strong of garlic, is it? I guess my mind will become dull now. I cannot think. So, what is the consequence of sense gratification? What is wrong with it? Nothing wrong. The whole world, 99% are doing it. So what is wrong? Tell me. So, here it is explained what happens if you go into that kind of a line. So, you see here, there is the consequence of sense gratification. What is this thing here? Can I take it out? All right. So this is the consequence of sense gratification. If a human being is engaged in sinful, irreligious activities either because of bad association or because of his failure to control his senses, then such a person will develop a personality full of material desires. See? This is sense gratification. Yes? It thus becomes miserly towards others. So when you enjoy sense gratification, then these are the qualities you develop. You become what? Miserly towards others. Whereas a Vaishnava is always thinking of good for others. Whereas a person who is Sanskrit is only thinking what? Good for himself. He works, he does not like anybody else. He what? Miserly towards others. He hates others. Okay? Greedy and always anxious to exploit the bodies of women. There's a point here. That's all they talk about anyway. What they talk about? Huh? Women. Yes, correct. Hmm? And when the mind is so polluted, what happens when this kind of a subject, mind becomes so polluted and one becomes violent and aggressive? Just now we are hearing some murder in Calcutta, some girl got raped. Yeah, yes. Yes. They become what? Violent and aggressive. Consequence. And without authority of Vedic injunction, they also slaughter innocent animals for sense gratification. And all are meat eaters. They say, oh, Hitler was a vegetarian. You see, he also killed a lot of people. They give argument like this. What do you say like that then? Hitler is also a vegetarian, but he was killing millions of people. What is the argument? Because this is debatable. This is their news. It is not. It's not a fair judgment because we only won one side of the story. Right? Anything about the Germans are bad. It is all propaganda. Anyway, our point is this: that when you become sense gratifier, then you will definitely want to kill animals. In that. It's a fact. 99% of the people are killing all kind of animals daily on a scale that is completely what? Uh, Unimaginable. Billions and billions of animals are killed ruthlessly for the satisfaction of the. It's sad, very sad. And it is described here. It is not that I'm making some news. So you see, worshipping, and then what? Worshipping ghosts and spirits. Worshipping ghosts and spirits. The bewildered person falls fully into the grip of unauthorized activities and thus goes to hell, where he receives the material body infected by darkest mode of nature. In such a degraded body, he unfortunately continues to perform inauspicious activities that greatly increase his future unhappiness, and therefore he accepts a similar material body. What possible happiness can there be for one who engage in activities inevitably terminating in death? So this is the, what is that? They call it the precursor, is it, of event that leads to enjoying the senses. Okay? And many people don't know. It is not something that you can just know. Huh? It's not something you can figure out. It's not possible. You see here, it is not something that you can, enjoy the senses and eventually find out or something. You know. Anta dukkam cha na veda mudaha. You cannot, there's no way you can. Due to ignorance, the materialistic person does not know anything about his real self-interest, the auspicious path in life. He is simply bound to material enjoyment by lusty desires, and all his plans are made for this purpose, for temporary sense gratification. Such a person creates a society of envy, and due to this mentality, he plunges into the ocean of suffering. Such a foolish person does not even know about it. You see this point here? You cannot figure this out. Once you get into this deep pool of sense gratification, it's not that suddenly you will wake up and say, yeah, all this is bad, I want to. Huh? It's not possible. Like you see this story, this is Raghunath is explaining that he went into some kind of spiritual life. Right? You must have read the verse. Who did the class? One of you must have done the class, right? No? You look lost. I mean, you did the class, you don't know, you forgot. We will read again. If you don't know, we will read again. I think it is 5 what? Hmm? 17? You did this class. Who did this class? Huh? You did that? So you see here, being cheated by them, the living entity in the forest of material world tries to give up the association of the so-called yogis and swamis and incarnation and come to the association of real devotees. But due to misfortune, he cannot follow the instruction of the spiritual master or advanced devotees. Therefore, he gives up the company and again returns to the association of monkeys who are simply interested in sense gratification and women. It derives satisfaction by associating with sense gratifiers and enjoying sex and intoxication. In this way, he spoils his life simply by indulging in sex and intoxication. Looking into the faces of other sense gratifiers, he becomes forgetful and thus approaches death. See, you understand? So you see how dangerous this is, sense gratification. It is worse than any drug, especially sex life. Huh? It is what? Worse than any, because it captivates the soul and a person just gets bewildered. So I say this now, he forgets himself, he cannot understand. That's how Maya works. And when you go to sense gratification, it's not that you just happy, It becomes, as we read, he becomes attracted to what? Ghost, spirit, and he gets all the bad qualities. Doesn't get any good qualities. He get bad qualities. That's why they are always quarreling and fighting and bickering. Not only in the lowest level in the family, it goes all the way up to nations, countries. Everywhere is just fighting. Now, how many wars are going on now? Huh? Correct? Why? Why? Because of this sense gratification. I am better than you. You are no good. I can rule you. He's my enemy. I've killed him. My other enemy also will be killed. In this way, I will be the Lord. I will rejoice. I. It's all this kind of a consciousness. Because it's based on sense gratification. You follow? The whole thing is based on sense gratification. So this is what we have to learn to understand why the whole process. You see, if you carry on this sense gratification, this is how it leads to. This is how it becomes, so dangerous. Yeah? When consciousness is fixed on the material body, home, and other similar objects of sense gratification, one spends one life chasing after material objects with the help of the senses. Consciousness, thus powerfully affected by the mode of passion, become dedicated to impermanent things. And in this way, irreligion, ignorance, attachment, and wretchedness arise. Hello? How bad it is. Huh? So you're not going to get any good qualities. You're not going to get any good. Sex life is the cause of all this happening. You understand this point? Sex life is the cause of all these qualities. There's all these qualities coming from. You understand this point? So it is not something, that it's all right. It's okay. I'm legally married. There's no problem. That's why a person from the very a young age is trained. His training is what? What is this brahmachari training? To have unlimited sex. What is the training? Is it don't get into it? Why? Why? Because it's telling you the danger of it, this sex life. Very dangerous. What will happen with it? All these kind of bad qualities will come. Right? You follow this point. Yeah? It's very hard in the household or the ashram to have what? Only for children. It is difficult. That's why household is a problem. Because at least legally you're married. At least you are with your wife. You're not going around, shopping around. That's even worse. But the training, this is what I'm telling the training in the school, so-called colleges, is to shop around, isn't it? What do you do in school? Huh? That's all. You finish class at what time? Sometimes your class is finished early, no? Not every day you go until, no? Right? So what you do most of the nights, evenings, what do you do? Sit down and read your book? Hello? Yeah? Yeah? Shopping around? Yes. When you put the boy and the girl together, what kind of school is that? Yeah? It says that the man is like butter and the woman is like fire. What is that word? Huh? 7? 7, 12, 9. Huh? None. Woman is compared to fire and a man is compared to butter and both. Therefore, a man should avoid associating even with his own daughter in a secluded place. Similarly, he should also avoid association with other women. One should associate women only for important business and not otherwise. You see this point here? We're not saying the women are bad, it's not the point. Because close association can lead to problems. That's why there are codes of conduct, how a woman should behave, how a man should behave. There's so many, cultural, what we say, conditions. The woman must be covered. There should not be, what is frivolous kind of dealings. They should be avoided. Because man is like what? Butter. Woman is like fire. Which butter cannot melt in which fire? Maybe my butter, Prabhu, I am high grade butter. My butter never melts, yeah? Right? Understand? So therefore we should be very, very careful associating with the opposite sex. That's the training we get from the day one we join as a student, brahmachari. Our brahmachari training is to how to avoid women's association. That is not that we are trained like the school, how you finish school and meeting, so and so and so and so and so and so. Yes, that's what's going on. Correct? And then they give you what? Free condoms. What do you do with free condom? Blow balloons? What do you do with that? Hello? Experiment? Correct? And then it becomes disaster. If you are not happy, if you get this pregnancy, then that's what? What is that? Abortion, even more drastic things you get correct. What is the consequence? Just see how this whole thing is so entangling and dangerous. That's one thing. But the kind of qualities you develop, the kind of consciousness it breeds, it's not bringing you to a sanely kind of a road. No. You're going to get all kind of what? Bad qualities. And what will that be? The consequence. It is not that you get bad quality, you're happy. You get very much what? Distressed, Very much pain, not that you're very happy, come on. So you see how it is going to be, the consequence is going to be very, very painful. Very painful. And there is no way out of this. There is no way. Yeah. You cannot come out of this. It's not that you can figure it out. Not possible. My dear Lord, unless one worships the lotus feet of great devotees, one will be conquered by the illusory energy and its intelligence will be defeated. Indeed, who has not been carried away by the waves of material enjoyment, which are like poison? Your illusory energy is unconquerable. No one can see the path of this mental energy or tell how it is working. Understand this point? Yeah. You cannot come out of. Krishna has made the arrangement that you cannot come out of this by your own strength. That's not possible. That's why this person, he tried with his own strength and suddenly he figured and then he ended up with all these crazy gurus and all, got completely bewildered. And then when he went to the real person also, they tell him to chant, he cannot do also. He runs away, cannot do. See? How much is so entangled. So therefore, he needs to take shelter strongly. Yeah? Unless one worships the lotus feet of great devotees. Worshipping the lotus feet means what? It must be surrender. You cannot just go to the devotee superficial, like you come on Sunday. Yeah, I like. Some people are coming to the temple for years and years and years, not surrendering. This is what it means. This is coming. Oh yeah, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Ask you to chant, maybe they chant. But after some time, we see they are out again. Because they are not worshipping the lotus feet of the devotee. This is different kind of consciousness. Unless you take what? Explained here by Bhakti Siddhanta here. One who desires the ultimate self-interest should cultivate friendship with those persons who have accepted Krishna as the Lord of their lives. One should further develop an attitude of service toward all living entities. One should especially try to help those in human form of life, and among them especially those who accept the principle of religious behavior. And among religious persons, one should especially render service to the pure devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So forth. According to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the highest duty for devotees of the Supreme Lord is to establish friendship with those who have completely surrendered to Krishna and who have thus achieved Saranagati, shelter at the Lord's lotus feet. One should render service to both the Lord and his devotees, since the Lord is more pleased by sincere service rendered to his pure devotees. One should not only officially offer respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his devotees, and his worshipable paraphernalia. Understand now this word officially offer? Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Right? Hello? You understand this point? Yeah? Unless one but should actually render service to the representatives of the Lord who are known as Mahabharata. You follow this point? Huh? If you just do some kind of official thing, it's not going to work. That's why that person, he went to the devotee, but he cannot become devotee. Why? Because he's in the what? Huh? Office. Yeah, I like to go, especially their food is nice. It's coming. Yeah. So this thing has to be understood. To surrender to the what? To the devotee. So if the surrender is not there, then the whole thing it cannot work. That's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita also. He said the same point. Yes? What he said? Krishna said here, Tadvidi pranipatena. This word, pranipatena. Pranipatena means surrender first. Tadvidi pranipatena. Then pariprasnena. Then you inquire submissively. And then the word seva. You see the word seva? What seva means? The spiritual master serve you. Seva means what? Spiritual master serve you. Prabhu, yeah, thank you for coming, Prabhu. Very nice seeing you. Huh? What is that? Spiritual master have to give you garland when you're coming, yeah? Put some sandalwood path. Prabhu, thank you for coming. Ashram got nobody. Huh? Hello? Think. This is what we have to do, service. Serving the one. No, I only serve Prabhupada, that's it, I don't surrender to nobody. Yeah? You understand? Devotees. Learn how to what? What is that? Offer respect to what? Devotees of the Lord. You follow. You only see Prabhupada and nobody else, and that's also a big issue. Especially the Ritvik, they have got some problem also. They teach you to only, for me it's only Prabhupada. I don't care for nobody else. Right? How you have to learn how to respect what? Devotees. To see devotees. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, anyone who is chanting Hare Krishna is, who is the Vaishnava? Who is that Vaishnava? The question was asked, who is the Vaishnava? Anyone who is chanting Hare Krishna. Of course, we have got a system, we offer mentally someone who is chanting, someone who is what? Initiated, we pay obeisances. And one who is very exalted, we surrender and serve the person. So spiritually, this is the training we should get. But the point I'm trying to make is that unless we surrender, then all these other things cannot take place. Because submissive inquiry, how you will submissive inquiry unless you surrender? If you don't surrender, you will be challenging. Why? How you know? Come on, please. Like you're doing book distribution. Guys are not surrendering. They're challenging. Is it not? No. I think, why? Yeah, go home now. You have a book and take it. Why? Because they're not surrendered. So when you surrender, then the submissive inquiry, Prabhu, tell me how I should learn. Tell me how you can. Huh? Correct? And then only he can be trained to do what? Service. Oh, you bow down. Is like Krishna says, Man mana bhava mat bhakta, mat jaji mam namaskaro. Pay obeisance. Why all these things? Because these are the steps to cut down the what? False ego. And false ego is the worst enemy we got. The false ego is what? The worst enemy. You understand? Because it's directing the mind. It is directing the and do like this, do like that. Breeding ground of all kinds of doubts. This false ego is the breeding ground of all kind of. It's explained here. You should consider how, by the influence of my illusory energy, these three states of the mind caused by modes of nature have been artificially imagined to exist in me. Having definitely ascertained the truth of the soul, you should utilize the sharpened sword of knowledge acquired by logical reflection from the instruction of the sages in Vedic literature to completely cut off the false ego, which is the breeding ground of all doubt. All of you should then worship me who am situated within the heart. See this point here? Huh? Because this is what it is, ahankara, vimudat. Whenever the word ahankara is there, then the next word is what? Vimudat, the fool. It goes together, synonymous. You understand? So when you become full of pride, then you have fallen down and you become a fool. Yeah? A fool is a what? A dancing dog in the hands of a what? Or a woman or a man with the playthings in the hand of a women too. Just not just women only. One who is completely what? Addicted to women. This is a finish. So you see how dangerous this sense gratification is. Cause of all problems. So our whole idea now is to somehow or other get to the point of surrendering to a pure devotee. And by their strong words, it is not some what? Kissing. You understand? Spiritual master is what? Politely telling you, hello, can you please craft the toilet? Hello. Toilet is not clean. Can you please help? Yeah? You understand? See how the spiritual master uses what? Strong words. Prabhupada quoted this verse. This is not my quotation. Prabhupada quoted this. You know what verse is this? Yeah? Huh? This word here. Yukti bihir. This word. This word here. By their words. An intelligent person should therefore reject all bad association, instead take up the association of saintly devotees, whose words cut. The word is cut is what? Cutting means what? Very light. what? Yeah. Of the excessive attachment of one's mind with the strong words. So one requires this kind of a strong words to what? Cut the attachment of the mind. So the mind is so much attached to so many things because of the false ego, right? It is thinking that he is the what? Proprietor of everything. Pakiti Kiryamanani, Gunayir Karmani Sarvasha, Hankara Vimudatma, Kartaham, I am the doer. I am the what? I am the I, it's me. To cut that, in it, the strong words of the spiritual master. And why Prabhupada used the word rascal? Why use the word rascal? For fun. He liked the word rascal. He liked the word rascal so much. What? I saw you were playing the tape in the morning, and some of you like this. Get up! Get up, you rascal! Prabhupada is calling you a rascal right in the morning. Yours. Get up, you rascal! Sleep! Can you imagine? Morning, Prabhupada is calling you a what? A rascal. Yeah, he's playing it now. So you see how these words of the spiritual master is so strong that he helps the devotee to realize himself. Oh, why is he calling me? I should not have this kind of nonsense thinking. It's not healthy. You understand? That's proper thinking. So when you get into this kind of a help by the spiritual master, then you can do service. Just like Arjuna, he was also chastised. Not that Arjuna was not chastised, he was also chastised. You're talking about big words. You don't know what you're talking, Arjuna. You're a fool. Gata sum. What is that? Pandita. You talk like a big pandit, but you got no brains. See? Chastised. See? So this chastisement is not like it is a bad thing. Of course, you have to surrender. That's why unless you surrender, then all these things cannot work. So that's why Krishna says, Pranipatena, you first surrender. Then yes, everything will come one thing after the other and come purified. You then Arjuna is saying, I've now become your disciple. You order me what I should do. See how he's taking it. You tell me, not tell me. So, Sadhi Mam, you order me. What is Shreya Uttamam, good for me? You know that verse 2:7. Tell me what is the best for me. So spiritual master is for giving us the ultimate one. And the root cause of all this problem is this crazy mind of ours. The root cause of all this sense gratification is what? Because the mind is always what? Looking for sense gratification. Just now I showed you the verse. By birth, you are what? Attracted to all this mind. It is not that you get into it and no. From birth. From what? See how the thing develops and grows and you grow and grow. How you become so conditioned. Especially when you get material education. You get some kind of prestigious position. Wow, the mind gets even more and more. What? You know who I am? I'm PhD, Prabhu. You don't tell me what to do. That's why Prabhupada called this PhD as a plow department. Plowing the field. You see how we are so much, because that is what it is all about. Destination. Everybody put a tag here. What? Hello? You see my name? Can you read this? They want to show off their so-called what? Material qualities. Our tag is what? I'm servant. What? Their tag is master. Our tag is servant. I am everything. I am what? Master of this and master of that. I was a servant of the servant. You see how the consciousness is two different things altogether? Yeah? Who wants to be servant? Very degraded. Servant. You see, our whole idea, Gopi Bhata Padakamala, you das, millions of times das, servant. Seven of the seven. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because that is how we can control our mind. Our mind is the cause of our sitting here today. We are all sitting here because of this crazy mind. And we're going to keep sitting here again because of listening to the crazy mind. And the root cause of our problem is this. So therefore, we should learn how to deny this mind. No, I'm finished with you. And then who to listen to? You listen to the word of the spiritual master. That's why the spiritual master cuts off with the torchlight of knowledge. Cuts. And then we surrender. Once we surrender, then that's it. Everything comes. Then the good qualities comes. You know. So here, Yashtaiti Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana Sarvesta Gunatatra Samastu Sura. See? All the demigods and their exalted qualities such as religion, knowledge, and renunciation become manifest in the body of one who has developed unalloyed devotion to the Supreme Personality of God. So the moment you become a devotee under the direction of expert bona fide spiritual master, you will develop all the saintly qualities. Okay? On the other hand, a person devoid of devotional service and engaged in material activity has no good qualities. Even he is adept in the practice of mystic yoga, honest endeavor of maintaining his family and relatives. He must be driven by his own mental speculation. He must engage in the service of the Lord, external energy. How can there be any good quality in such a man? See how sense gratification leads to you a very terrible position. On the other hand, becoming a devotee, and becoming a devotee means giving up sense gratification. You cannot become a devotee by being attached to sense gratification. That doesn't work. It's not possible. It's not possible. Because we engage all the thing in Krishna's service. And of course we take the remnant, that's another thing. But to engage in sense gratification and say you are a devotee, that doesn't go. It doesn't flow. Understand? That's what the karmis are actually. That's what actually is karma yoga. Karma yoga means that they accept the Lord, but they also want to enjoy the senses. See? So that is not cannot lead you to pure devotion. That's not possible. Unless a person gives up completely this attachment for sense gratification, it's difficult to develop love for Krishna. Yeah, it's also explained here in this verse. Because this translation is better in Prabhupada. CC, you can find for me. This whole thing is there in the CC, this verse. A person who gives up all, you see this karma, you go to Sanskrit. Matye yada tyaktva samasta karma. See the word? Samasta niveditam atma. Having offered his very self. Nivedita atma niveditam. Yes. So see, so unless a person gives up all fruitive activities and offer himself entirely unto me, eagerly desiring to render service unto me, achieves liberation from birth and death. It's promoted to the status of sharing my own opinion. So this karma thing is, I mean, you can go to this thing in the CC, the same word, it is in the CC, you know. Huh? 22? 108. This is the same verse, this is translated by Prabhupada. The living entity who is subject to birth and death attains immortality when he gives up all material activities. Again, same. Dedicate his life to executing my order and acts according to my direction. In this way, he becomes fit to enjoy the spiritual bliss derived from exchanging loving memories with me. This is Prabhupada translation. Different a little bit. But the point is this, that this karma yoga it cannot work. If you want to develop pure devotion. That's why Rupa Goswami says, no, anya bilasita sunyam karma anavritam. So you see, this is very important. Sense gratification is actually, it's not recommended at all. It leads you to a disastrous activity. So you can see here this person in this verse today, he gives up and he goes home, and then again he gets involved, sex life. It is not that you go home and then you can become a what? Big yogi or something. Again you are entangled. That's why Lord Brahma is saying here, my dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotees, their material attachment and desires remain thieves, their homes remain prisons, and their affectionate feelings for their family members remain foot shackles. This is the consequence of their attachment. For Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the solution. What is the solution? Stay at home, but you preach Krishna consciousness. You become first devotee by chanting, and then you preach Krishna consciousness. That solution is there. Not that it is no hope or what. If you can engage in this, then there is the good. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, in that way you will never lose my company. In fact, I will always be with you. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's blessing. So we should try to understand how we can make good use of a bad bargain. Solution is to become Krishna conscious. Then yes, then Maya will not touch you. Maya will assist you actually if you preach Krishna consciousness. That's why Krishna says, Devi Yashagunamaya Mama Maya Turutyaya. Mam eva prapadyante mayam etantarante. So that's the solution. Otherwise, it's going to be bad, very bad. And then again, you have to take birth. And then again, what knows what kind of birth you will be? It's disastrous. All right, so I think I've explained at length. Anybody got anything to add or any questions, whatever? This is the beauty of Singapore. No question. Russia, wow. If I say question, it will go on another 2 hours. Singaporeans are very good. They don't have any what? Questions. Yes, yes. Everybody is the realized soul. It's no questions. Yes. Either realized or completely done. There are two words. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Go Premanandi.